Welcome back everybody, Patrick here. We're approaching the end of the unit, and another concept I want to go over before finishing off the unit is tangent lines near maximum and minimum values. Something you'll probably see coming up either in the classroom or on your tests. And what I want to do in this video is I want to take both maximum and minimum values. So I'm going to draw a maximum value here. So that would be this point, and then a minimum value here. And what I want to do is see if there's any relationship with the tangent lines that are occurring near these points. So let's start off with this max point. Well, as we figured out in the video before, we know that this max point is going to have a slope of tangent equal to 0, right? If we draw a tangent at a max point, it's always going to be a horizontal line. So we know the slope of the tangent is going to be 0. Now, what about to the left of that point if we draw a tangent? Notice that the slope of the tangent to the left of a max point is always going to be positive. Right? So we can say for this point, slope is positive. And then let's say here, slope is equal to 0. Now, what about to the right of it? If we draw a tangent, notice how this tangent is going to be pointing down when we read from left to right. So this slope is going to be negative. Right? So whenever you have this sort of pattern, when you read from left to right, so the slopes of the tangents start off positive, and then they hit a point where the slope of the tangent is 0, and then to the right of it, they're going to be negative. Well, then you know that the point where the slope of the tangent was 0 is going to be a maximum. Right? So one more time, when you're reading from left to right, if the slopes of the tangents go from positive to 0 to negative, then that point you're dealing with is a maximum. What about this minimum point here? Well, slope of the tangent of this point is going to be what? 0, obviously. If we draw a tangent at any minimum point, it's always going to be a horizontal line. Likewise with the maximum point. What about a point to the left of it? Well, notice how the slope of that tangent is going to be negative. And then what about to the right of it? Well, if we draw a tangent on a point to the right of this minimum point, that slope is going to be positive. So notice when we read from left to right, it's the opposite of this pattern. The slopes of the tangents are now going from negative to 0 to positive. So when you see that pattern happening, slopes of the tangents are going from negative to 0 to positive, then the point where that slope is 0 is going to be a minimum. Okay, so perhaps pretty likely you'll see questions like this coming up in your homework, and it might also come up on your test. They might ask you, if you have a maximum point, what's the slope of the tangent going to be to a point that's very close to the left of it? Positive. What about to the right of it? Negative. If you have a minimum point, slope of the tangent that's very close to the left of it, it's going to be negative. To the right of it, it's going to be positive. So just make sure that you know and you understand this pattern.
Yo, what's up guys? Thanks for checking out my channel. Hopefully you got some value from the video you just watched. If you did get some value, big favor to ask you, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Any questions, any recommendations on things you'd like to see, please leave it in the comments section. Also check out the description box below for links to material and content related to the video you just watched. Peace out.